everyone. I'm alive and I survived. Hopefully, you guys are all okay. I receive a lot of messages and then good things right there. Thank you so much. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to reply as soon as possible. As you guys know, I was moving and I found out that most of the furnitures were actually the companies, and then I had to bring them with, God. I guess when you're I was used to like moving from house to house because, as you know, my parents were separated. But I only have to worry about my things. I didn't really have to worry about other, property, other properties. So yeah, it was. I could be honest, a little bit tiring. But I survived and I'm alive. Hopefully everyone is doing good right there. Thank you so much for all your kind words. Someone even offered to help me with my math and my other subjects, but I'm sorry, I cannot do that. I was really planning to do that, like pay someone to do my chores with studying, and then they would take the exam for me, and then just I'll get a certificate. It's under my name. But I found out that final exams, I need to be on cam, like a webcam, while taking the exam. Imagine that. What? So I was thinking, where am I gonna put the cheat paper like that? But I'm not really, well, yeah. Old school cheating, those paper passing, like me and my best friend back in high school, like we're gonna pretend lending calculators like that. And then but actually inside the battery packet, she's gonna put the answers because I don't know. And then about the book, thank you for offering me to edit the book, but as for now, I think it's okay. No, I cannot face that right now because there are many things in my hands right now. I was just glad that I survived, moving and then going and meeting some other people uh, about discussing things. But I didn't check the papers that they gave me so seriously. And then I have a big Christmas tree, guys. I'm really like, I can see sky tree. So I'm in Tokyo. Welcome to Tokyo for me. I've been here before, like 3 months, but at that time I was still a little bit, scared with people. But now I guess I've learned. But I miss here, yeah, my previous place. But anyway, I survived, and God, it's November 25 and 24, and I don't know with you guys, and it's gonna be my dad's birthday tomorrow, I guess. Because I found out it's December 25, but he made it the November 25, so I'm really thinking if I'm gonna send him something. Anyway, I'm gonna be home for, a few days from now. I'll be home, so I don't really want to think about that. And then people are already sending me their requests. I wasn't even, planning to bring anything. And you would be surprised. The people who are sending me requests are the relatives that I don't know. Like, I know them, but back in the Philippines, they didn't talk to me. But when I came here, suddenly we're relatives. So plastic. Anyway, I talked too much. I babbled a lot. I hope everyone is doing great because, yeah, I'm hyper right now. Maybe because I'm happy I survived. I actually went to a company, then I took a nap, and then I guess I realized when I woke up, God, I made it. Anyway, I have a letter, of course. I really feel bad that I didn't answer this as soon as possible. He told me to call him Roger. Roger, this is for you. So, his situation is, okay, he's a Phil-Am, born in United States, and he's around 40s, and then his job is really good. And then his wife is around in Laguna, Manila, and graduated in Manila, and they have a daughter. Her hobbies are the wife, going to the gym, going out with her girlfriends. When I see her Facebook, always different places she takes picture of. The question is, what is my wife's problem, or am I the problem? She says my daughter wants to talk to me, but each time I do accept her calls here in US, My daughter is off doing something else or doesn't seem interested in talking to me unless her mom is coaching her what to say. She spoils my daughter all the time. Scenario. So for a long time now, 3 years consistently and 1 year inconsistently, I have been sending approximately 80,000 pesos a month to my wife in Pinas, who is currently residing in Manila. Let's say Manila. That is my 1 month salary, and she's just getting it for free. I'm getting stressed again. Just kidding, I'm just overreacting. So $500 for the Toyota Fortuner. I want that. I like big cars though. And then $350 for a 2-story, 2-bedroom apartment. $350 for bills, cable, power. $200 for groceries. $400 for miscellaneous expenses. And then we got married in Manila, and the cost of marriage was 900,000 pesos. Okay. I just think that 900,000 pesos I can buy a 3-bedroom house in Angeles City. I mean, there's like a promotion for that. And I'm trying to save that. Duh. But anyway, it's your life. Okay. This is our current marriage status. We are recently separated. And then what's happening now? I do send money at least to support my daughter for food, but I don't send much money anymore since I recently bought a house here in US, and bills are way too much now. My frustrations are she only calls me when payday week to remind me to send money. I ask her to send a video pic of my daughter. She doesn't send me one until I get mad or I'm late with the payments. She always trying to find ways to spend more money, like to enroll my daughter in international school, pay for tuition for a year. She is almost approved for US petition. I asked her, why do you want to enroll in an international school when you're about to leave Philippines? I asked her if we paid the whole year, can she get a refund? But it turns out she can't. And then she wants to move in another nice home. And she said, can you please find... He said he's asking her to, lower down the expenses together. Like to find a better, cheaper house. She always tried to find ways to spend money. And, I tried to petition her 2 years ago, but her excuse was the baby was still young and she couldn't handle her while on the plane on US alone. So for 3 years, I paid for Yaya and maid. Now the current petition I'm no longer pursuing. I think it will not work here in US when she's here. I can see now that she's not concerned for me, for herself only. She doesn't see what she's doing to me. She thinks she is always right and I'm always wrong. There's a lot of other things that she has done, but to make the story short, I already know the answer, but I like to hear it from you. I have a big heart, and the only reason why I'm sending money is for my daughter. I love her so much, but with all the savings depleted, it pisses me off. And feeling that she's getting her... there are guys, she's getting her money. And I contributed to that as well. I guess I always knew something was going on there, but since I was too busy here, and here in the States trying to make money to support 2 places to stay and feed myself and them, I really work out my butt off. And then, I would like to know who was wrong here. Was it me or her? Does it really cost that much around in Laguna area? At least give me peace to know what someone else think. Bad or good, I will learn from this. I don't know, blah blah blah. So, okay, Roger. I'm gonna be posting that question. I read it. It's a little bit long, but I'm gonna be posting that question later in this topic. So Roger, whatever I say here, as you said, please don't take me seriously as well. I mean, just hear what I say, but you don't have to follow it. Whatever I say in my videos are from my own point of view. They can be the point of view of some Filipinos. It can't be. But it really depends. So, when I first read your email, actually I received it a week ago. I really wanted to make a video, but that time I was filled with dirt and dust. So I was thinking I cannot really, you know, think about an answer for that. Plus, I have my own things to handle here. But uh, first of all, I would like to admire you for your kindness, especially for your love for your child. I'm sure she's a very lucky daughter. I didn't have a good water. So anyway, you're telling me that you're sending like 80,000 a month for a car, for living expenses, then she's finding ways to get more money. There, and then she's not showing you her child when you wanted, I mean your child when you wanted, unless you get angry or you didn't give her the money as soon as possible, something like that. Well, first of all, here's just my guess. There was a situation before at my stepmom's house. There was the same guy. He got someone pregnant and then they had a baby. But this girl was a lesbian and she was living in my stepmom's place with her girlfriend without the child. So basically the child wasn't with them. But she's the one who's receiving the money. Why do I know all of these? Because I was the one who writes the the letter when she wanted to ask money from the foreigner. Of course, I don't really know the story. I haven't really seen the daughter, only from a picture, but I also saw that the guy wanted to see the daughter, something like that, and she would just show a picture instead of a, you know, video. But that time Skype is not that popular yet, so I guess now she really cannot get away with it. But and they would make up excuses like she's sick, like that she has to go to the hospital, blah blah blah, many other excuses. Anyway, I'm not gonna say you're sending way too much money, because it's your money, it's your choice and all, but the fact that you were trying to petition her way back and she didn't want it, that's not really an excuse. Basically, I think she cannot leave something in the Philippines. Maybe it can be her lifestyle, because think about it, it's very comfortable. 28 years old, she's not working. She just goes to the gym. She, God, she's living like a dream, and then the thing is, you told me that she's posting pictures on her Facebook going out with friends always. In my own opinion, she didn't mature yet, or she didn't grow up yet. I'm sorry to say this. There are some women who mature when they have their babies. I remember my one of my elder sisters, she was 16 and everyone told her like, oh, you got pregnant early, you won't mature, you won't be blah blah blah, because she was a party girl. And then when she gave birth, she turned out quite well. But the other sister, she also got pregnant, but after that, she just left her child and then still continued partying. So I think the girl that you're with right now is still not over with those days. And yeah, probably she's showing off with what she has, and maybe the child is not with her, because if the child is with her, it would be easier to pull the child, right? My advice for you, with all the circumstances, it seems like, you're the one who's, I'm not saying you're being cheated, because we don't really know if she has someone else, but there can be a possibility that she does have someone else. I remember before, when I was working at Orange Lion, there was this girl. She's also from Angela. She's my blood. And her boyfriend was an Australian working under the sea. You know those the gas, something like digging gases. Then he bought her a house, a car, and all. When the guy is not in the Philippines, she would, live a life of like a socialite. You know that. Of course, that time I was also in the university, and my friends and I would go, to the college, college bars where most of your college friends are there. Not the ones in Fields Avenue, the other side, like Hacienda, but that time it has a different name, Saks. Anyway, there are a lot. So I would see her there, and then it wasn't only once or twice, I saw her with a Filipino guy. So whenever she does that, she would suddenly, remove the hands of the guy. But once I saw them kissing, of course, yeah. Eventually, I heard they broke up, the Australian. But, but also she didn't bring the Australian anymore in the hotel where I was working. Maybe she was afraid that I'm gonna tell the Australian. But to be honest, I tried to tell my coworkers about that. They just said, just do your job. So yeah. In your case, I guess your best bet is to, if you think the petition with her wouldn't work, it's correct that you wouldn't pursue it, but I want you to keep all the records of your transaction of sending her money and blah blah blah, and then try to get close with your child, and demand for your rights for your child. You're the one who's giving the money. Maybe it's about, since sometimes it's peer pressure. She would see other people sending their children to super private schools like that, and then she also wants to do that because she sees them doing that. So it's like a peer pressure and a status. It's a status that she wants. And the reason I say about the having another's, like someone else, I guess it can be true that she might have someone because she doesn't want to leave the country, because she really does, and she really cares for you as well, for your child to have a family. But her life in the Philippines is very comfortable right now with what you're doing. So if I were you, you can cut off the payments and tell her your limits. Tell her this is what I can give right now, or lie. You can tell her that, hey, my salary went down. I cannot give you that much anymore. Please help me with this, or send my daughter to me, right? But I don't think she would do that. It's unfortunate that under the Philippine rule law that you cannot get your child unless she's past 9 years old. But 9 years old down, the girl has the complete custody, unless you will get a good lawyer. And then that's why I told you to keep some of your receipts, to keep the information for yourself, and in case that you guys would go to a lawyer, or you can ask the U.S. Embassy on what to do about getting your child for you, with you. You can just prepare those receipts so that you are not really leaving them out. You're actually taking care of them, but eventually didn't work out, and you want to give your child a better future in the United States, something like that. With a good lawyer and a good backup support from your embassy, I'm sure you would get the child. Especially, you can show that she's a little bit she's neglecting, and you can also record some conversations wherein she's not keeping her part of the deal. Like not seeing your child, like this, like that. But I think she's not with your child. Just my guess. Probably someone else, like her mom, is taking care of the child. But this is just a hunch, okay? I'm not telling you it's the truth. Now, as for you, I hope you will get through this. It's not about you. It's not your problem. It's her problem. I think she's still the type of a woman who cannot let go of, the parties. Like, what do you call that? They're trying to live the life that is not really superficial. Maybe they're living, like they haven't matured. They are still living the life of a single woman. So yeah, hopefully everything goes well. If I were you, just try to talk to her first, clear it up. Since you guys are already separated, tell her about your things. If she cannot understand, just tell her that your salary went down. And if she still cannot understand, tell her, if I were you, I'm going to go to the Philippines, get a lawyer, bring all the documents that I have that I'm supporting my child. I want to get my child is a better future. And you can also post some pictures over, you can get her pictures over Facebook, screenshot some messages wherein she doesn't want to show your child, so you can get the custody of your child. That is legally, somehow, have things done legal right here. That is your best bet. And yeah, hopefully you can find someone who would look after a child. I'm sure your family in US would be happy to look after her. And about your ex-wife, just divorce her. Leave her. It's much better for you to relieve yourself from the stress, especially you have your personal problems in United States with the bills, so you don't need another problem like that. And it's your right with the child, and it's not, I think personally, maybe some women would tell me that, other Filipinos would tell me that he's the problem, but in this situation, she's the problem. I think she's still living that single life, that like a life that she thinks, looks glamorous, something like that. I don't know if I made sense, because I don't really, to be honest, what I could say is just for you to sort out legal advice and then cut off the money. I know you really love your child. Other foreigners, they're kind of very, I'm not saying I admire other foreigners, but they're kind of open, like telling the girl, like, I'm gonna stop sending you money, I don't care about my child. Anyway, she doesn't have a hold of you, you're in the United States, and then that time she would try to run to you, something like that. Plus, she cannot live without you. You have the, what do you call that? You have the main card right here. You have the cards, and she doesn't have any. Without you, without the child, she doesn't have anything. So if I were you, use those cards well, and don't stress yourself, relax. You need to have a better life because you have a child. Your child needs to meet and see you, and that's the most important thing. Don't mind her that much. Lessen the money if you want to lessen it. Demand for more if you can. If you have time, go to the Philippines and take the child. And it's not, this thing is not about, her. It's about you and the child. You have, as I've said, you have all the cards right here. And yeah, or if I were you, I'm gonna blackmail her, like, okay, I'm not gonna send money anymore, bye. Because then girl, she's gonna panic, right? How can she pay the car, the house? She's gonna lose everything, and I'm sure she cannot hurt her child, so she's gonna use the child eventually, and she's gonna use it as long as she can. In my guess, she was just really waiting for the time that you would get tired and, leave her and just get a child support. So, but that's me, if I am you, like, I'm gonna leave her, and I'm not, and then I'm gonna get custody using legal ways to get my child, and, use all the besides I have all the cards. And Philippines, many foreigners can get away with, supporting. Look at how many half Korean children are being left. Even if, the Koreans got, they just go back to their country and forget about it. So, yeah. She's very lucky, the child is very lucky, but it's about time that you demand what you think you are entitled to. And it's also your right to take the child if possible. I know it's possible. It's your child. You're the one who has the money, the cards. So go for it. And never stress yourself. Stressing yourself would, give you a lot of physical and emotional problems. And then it would be more difficult for you to think straight. So think about this logically, legally, and think about yourself, because if you won't think about yourself first and foremost, that child, you might lose everything. So good luck. I do hope that this video would help, even though it's too long, and I do hope that things will go well. Try to talk to her first in a good way. if she still does insist what she likes, that's the time you can silently, process everything to get your child into your custody, to demand what you want. As I've said, at the end of the day, you have all the cards, all the ace, all the kings, all the jacks. Without you, she has nothing. Just remember that. Okay? So, Merry Christmas to you and your child, and I gotta answer other questions. Please feel free to send me a message if ever. And for guys right there, you guys are men and you guys have the money, and some of you have experienced this situation, or a friend. Please, let's tell him what to do about this situation. It's really sad to hear someone sending 80,000 pesos not seeing his kid, right? So let's help him out. Christmas is for helping. Sorry it's too long. See you.